Action!
Welcome back to Coming This Summer. Fresh out of the movies.
Fresh in different clothes.
We're taking a new little real quick or little short videos here where we see the non-gigantic blockbusters. Anything that's under like a $100 million budget we'll put in the shorts.
Yeah.
So we saw Hypnotic, starred Ben Affleck.
Others.
And really others, honestly. I mean, I feel bad, but
John McBad guy.
The female lead from I Am Legend.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's who she was from.
And she was she in Suicide Squad or something?
I don't think
too,
so.
Or something.
No.
And then, yeah, I don't even know. The guy from the dad from Vin Diesel's dad from Fast 9 is the partner in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So spoilers, full spoilers, because we'll go through this real quick. It wants to be Shutter Island.
Hypnotic is about people who have powers, but they're not hypnotists and they're not telepaths.
They're even more extreme.
They can make you think other things are reality. And the second a movie does this thing where it's like they show one
Nothing's
actor.
real.
Well, they show one actor and like they're supposed to be this character, and then they say one thing and it cuts and they're a different person. And they were just making you think they were this other person the whole time. I'm like, well, that sucks because you're literally just doing two different actors.
You can manipulate the movie however you want, though.
But I get, I get we're supposed to not know what's going on, along with Ben Affleck from like the first little bit. But when
that
Ben
whole
Affleck
movie was
starts,
the meme of him smoking outside that they've seen forever. That whole movie is how he act. That it was. I don't know how else to describe.
So a little bit in, they're on the run. They need to get the daughter back or whatever. There's like
yes,
on the run from this guy who can like super mind control people.
He's a broken detective whose daughter disappeared and wife left him.
Yeah. His wife left and his daughter was kidnapped. But what allegedly happens is he gets powers, hypnotic powers, and it's actually like he's been a hypnotic this whole time.
There's so many twists.
And has gone through this exact scenario we're in of being chased, hunted down to reveal the location of his daughter.
12 times?
Because he knows the location of his daughter because he hid his daughter and just wipes his mind every time he gets reset so nobody can figure out the location of the daughter.
If you took Inception and Shutter Island and you took
Inception Island,
everything bad about both those movies, there's not much, but
Shutterception.
It's just not. It wanted to be those movies.
They
so
do in Inception
bad.
scene.
Yeah.
When there's like the world's like mirror dimensioning over itself, I'm like,
it's Inception.
Yeah, but it doesn't look good.
No.
And Inception came out 15 years ago.
No, it's because it's the way you're seeing it with your warped perception.
Yeah,
you should
you're
have called
not
the movie.
it right.
Should have called it Perception.
Perception, warped. Yeah, something. Yeah, mind boggle.
So D&D from Game of Thrones would have been proud how many times they tried to subvert our expectations in the last 9 minutes
a twist
of the movie.
He's actually wiped his mind the whole time. He's the one who kidnapped his daughter, but actually hid her away because this division wants to
and his
take
wife
her
who
because
disappeared
she has superpowers.
was actually the character he needed help from the entire time, who was his wife pretending not to be his wife, but was actually not his wife because she was brainwashed by the company to trick him into getting the daughter back.
And then maybe he has a
That's real.
revelation that maybe his wife and kid aren't real the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
They like try and do that bit. And then he realizes, oh, he's not there at all. And then he just thinks really hard and is in a different spot.
And his daughter is an X-Men character,
Yeah.
Jean Grey,
Domino.
or you know, but I mean like literally like super psychic. Makes the mom unlatch, and now remember she's a sweet mom and loves the family and doesn't want to leave. And then the little girl makes all the dudes blow their brains out, which I thought was. And the one guy shoots himself in the chest like 9 times, and the little girl's like, like Children of the Corning. I'd give the movie a 5.5.
Ooh, a 4. It's
4?
definitely like a 4 is 7. It's high 4s.
It entertained me in all the wrong ways, but it still entertained me.
There's too much exposition for a movie that needs
90
that
minutes.
much exposition.
And it should not have cost $60 million.
No. Oh my God. Well, there's the helicopters and all the vans pulling up at the end. That was their
Ben
$60
Affleck's
million
$20 million salary.
That's their budget. That's the budget. Half the other scenes was
wait for it on streaming.
Half the other scenes were the police station and rooftops.
You're right.
And then halfway into the movie, because they ran out of budget, they fucking drone over the back lots like it was the plot the whole time. Like these people that can fucking mind control reality into somebody's brain still had to build structures to make it still that convincing that Ben Affleck is going to the bank, even though it's PVC piping and fucking Studio H lot.
It's because
they
spent
the
$60 million on something else.
Because they ran out of budget, they ran out of money, and had to literally start showing the back lots of the studio and PVC piping structures with paper signs that said, police,
No, but that's because
Bang.
they tricked him.
Like you're fucking playing house with a 3-year-old. You know what I mean?
I had a feeling
But
this was
going to
go
need
long.
physical structures. We'll chop it up for the short.
No, it's funny.
You don't need
I'm
physical
laughing.
structures. You can
But
play
they did,
VR.
though.
You can play VR with a headset and still feel like you're actually there. They can fucking mind sap
But I guess
reality.
none
into
of
their
them were as
heads.
strong as him, his wife, and the child, though. So they all needed
When
a crutch.
2 strong hypnotics have a child.
It's what it
the power
was.
was
They all,
unfathomable.
which, by the way, the fact that they tried to make them look like this, like sci-fi dystopian horror group, but they
Yeah.
all look like realtors from like Century 21.
Or from the South Park episode.
Yeah, they all got these like red overcoats and they're all like arms crossed and they're supposed to be evil, but like it is literally it's fucking Modern Family or South Park, and you're like, come on, that's not.
It
They're
was
not
the
bad.
Division, right? Yeah, it's like the agency from Fast.
I know it could totally exist in that universe.
Yeah,
absolutely.
except they have mind control powers.
That's who's going to end up saving Dom and his family. Is Ben Affleck shows up with
My problem is when everybody fights each other with super strength, it's like 2 guys fist fighting on the street. When everybody's fighting each other with mind control,
It's just everybody staring at each other.
Everybody's just.
That's how you save money.
Yeah,
It is.
I was just mind controlling that.
They
you
put
guys
it-
can see, but off screen I caused an earthquake.
Yeah, we just shake the camera and post.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the end scene, she's squinting, everything goes blurry towards
I
the
know.
bad guy, and everyone else is like, can't fight, and they're blowing their brains out, and the main bad
I love
guy's
this.
fighting
I
it.
love the, like,
That's literally what's happening. And they put a blur effect over it to make you think their mind can't see straight because the little girl's blurring their mind. And I know some of the parts were supposed to be like real dramatic, but some of the parts were like,
dude, it's so dumb.
it's so not good. And Ben Affleck knew it. I say the reason I give it a 5 is because you have to watch the tour de force that Ben Affleck puts on of I don't want to be here.
I chalk that up to it's kind of his character.
It is.
He's mind wiped himself 10 times.
It does make it
11,
better
12
that like
times.
the terrible dialogue is because it's people that aren't actually doing what they want to do, but
Yeah.
they did it too much.
But he's too much.
Like,
but
I don't even want to make it to the end of the movie to get
They're
that.
making Ben Affleck's character do not what he wants to do, including Ben Affleck in the real. Their hypnotic powers are so strong. They forced Ben Affleck to be in
real life.
That's the real story.
That's the last
Is
twist at the
director,
credits.
Robert Rodriguez is a hypnotic, and he fucking mind controlled Ben Affleck
That's how
to
he
be
got-
in this movie.
Because Ben read the script and said no, and he goes, someone back it up and have a ROM available that they could give away for free in their stupid online store because they're not making any money and they know they're not.
And then they're getting Switch sales. Because like some people go like, oh, maybe they do the like backwards compatible. They finally do it now with like the SNES and
Right,
the
but they
NES
but
and
they
the Game
give
Boy
and take
the,
and they give
yeah.
and take.
It's like, well, the Game Boy and the N64 ones, the ones you really want to play, are blocked behind an online paywall that's $35 a month.